Hey, welcome back to Ask a Creationist. I'm Todd Wood. I'm president of Core Academy of Science, and I am a young age creationist. And I'm here to answer your questions about faith, science, the Bible, Genesis, evolution, design, creationism, whatever you got. We're interested in hearing from you. Maybe one of your questions can be addressed on a future episode. This episode, I'm going to address a little bit of an irony. And that irony, of course, is I just asked you to send in your questions, but I don't let you comment on my videos or my blog or any of my other stuff. So why is that? And this is a question that I get, I don't know, maybe once a year people ask this question. And it always comes with the insinuation that, I'm afraid of something, this is typical creation, shenanigans, and I'm afraid of debate, I'm afraid of the truth. And, honestly, I think we all need to just sort of kind of chill out about this a little bit here, because we've gotten into this habit and notion that somehow making comments is some sort of, I don't know, human right. And if I don't allow comments on the internet, then somehow this is some horrible, horrible thing. When in reality, these kinds of questions are honestly kind of bully tactics, right? This is the sort of thing that you do on the playground when you're a kid and you say things like, I want you to do this, and if you don't, then whatever. There's some sort of threat. And that threat might be just calling you a despicable person, or that threat, if you're, a schoolyard bully, might actually be, I'll beat you up after school or whatever. And I think, we really ought to be above that kind of thing. Call me crazy, but I think this is not where humanity ought to be satisfied at existing. So why is it that I have disabled comments on all of my blogs and on my videos? And that goes for every video channel. There's some good reasons. At least I think they're good reasons. The initial idea that I had back when I started the blog was that I just wanted to avoid harassment. Unfortunately, often, questions on blogs are not there for edifying purposes. They're just there, especially with controversial topics, to make fun of people, to mock people, to post sarcastic comments. And I don't need that. I don't need that. So I don't have comments on any of my videos or blog. Very simple. I'll just skip it, right? Another reason that I'm concerned about is this notion of building a community of harassment. And this is something that I see a lot. I see it especially on YouTube or Twitter, where, this person who has a lot of followers gets annoyed with something or gets offended by something, and all of their followers go and absolutely bombard this other person and attack this person. And it's just horrific, honestly. If we're going to be honest about it, when you stop to think about it, it's just not what I want to be, and it's not what I want to see. So I don't want to have a community of people in that comment section that's just going to attack someone who has a different idea or who might not see things the way I do. So I don't want to build that community of harassment. And the third reason that I came up with very early on was that I don't really want to give a platform to those odd theories, right? So, this happens all the time in creationism. People come to me and say, well, I've got this theory. And sometimes it's just innocuous and they say, well, I heard this idea and I was wondering what you thought about it. Other times they've written their own book and they've published it on Amazon CreateSpace and they want me to read it because it will answer all of my questions, and it turns out to be some rehashed old earth creationist or progressive creationist idea or something like that. And unfortunately, sometimes people will try to hijack comments in order to promote their ideas. And, that's not the point of my blog. It's not for you to post whatever ideas that you have. I'm not looking for that kind of dialogue. And if that offends you, I'm sorry, but that is the way that it is. Now, some of you might be still, you've listened to all this and you're thinking, I just don't care. I need to comment on your stuff, whatever it is. I just want to do it. Shut up about all this nonsense. Who cares? I have to leave my comment on your stuff. Well, you know what? Ain't nobody stopping you, right? This is the internet. It's the Wild West. Now it's virtually lawless. You can do just about anything that you want. So if you have a burning desire to share something with me, you've got email, right? You've got comments and questions and criticism. You are welcome to send them. info@coursei.org. I'm not cutting off interaction. I'm simply forcing you to interact in a way that is going to be a bit more measured and thoughtful than just randomly posting some snarky nonsense on my video or on my blog post. So send me an email if it's really that important to you. Or go to some other forum. There are plenty of forums on the internet that talk about creation and evolution stuff. You are welcome to go there and talk about how incredibly stupid I am or incredibly brilliant I am. I don't really care. There you go. You can do that. Ain't nobody stopping you from doing that either. Or start your own blog, start your own YouTube channel, whatever. Start your own social media thing, put my stuff up there, and then talk about how much of a moron I am. You're welcome to do that as well. If that's really what's burning inside of you to do, nobody's stopping you there either. And if you're thinking, that's too much trouble, well then I guess your comment or whatever it was that you wanted to do really wasn't that important after all anyway. So you're welcome. I've prevented you from doing something meaningless and useless in your life. Now, of course, you might be thinking this is pretty ironic coming from a guy who is, participating in social media. Yeah, it's true. I do think there are good things to be had in social media. I do think it's a reasonably decent way for outreach. I just wish that people would stop being so completely stuck and addicted to it and would treat it more reasonably and thoughtfully and rationally. And so, yeah, that's another reason why I don't have comments on my stuff. I basically force you to interact with me in ways that engage your brain and not just your emotions and your gut feelings. So, that said, please visit our website at coursei.org. There you will find links to our other social media accounts where you certainly can leave comments: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You will also find there ways to support our ministry if you've enjoyed these videos. We would very much appreciate your donations, especially this year where we've had to cancel a lot of our events and we do not have revenue coming in that way. We would very much appreciate your support. I'd also appreciate it if you enjoyed this video, if you'd leave a like, and if you'd like, subscribe. And if you really want to know when we do these things, then you can click that bell to get notifications. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.